Hello everybody out there in YouTube land, Noodle here, and today we're back. We're back in Testificadia, back again, Shady's back, tell a friend. And today we are going to go mining, like a whole hell of a lot of mining. First and foremost, we need to go ahead and get, what the fuck? Oh shit, you see that? Little minis. Oh yeah, and I wanted to go ahead and show this to everybody since Strike made such a big fucking deal about this last time, and I think it's cool. Hang on, I'll get over there, Strike, hang on. Ow. Strike built me a taco truck. Look at this. Look how fucking pimp this is. Taco, fajito, pollo, pescado, platos, fajita, pollo, pescado, quesadillas, nachos de fajita, fruta, manzana, melon. Oh, look at this fucking place. I don't know what all this is. I think that's like the... Oh, man. Look at this fucking thing. Taco Man. Look, this fucking place is sweet. Oh, this place is so fucking super sweet. I don't know what all this does. There's nothing in the chest. It'd be cool if he filled it full of like beef and stuff. But I don't know what this button does. Does it turn on lights or something? Oh, man, but this fucking thing is sweet. I bet you it turns on these fucking lights in the back. I bet you. Oh, Strike. This fucking thing is so pimp. So pimp. Alright, I'm gonna get the fuck out of here. Oh man. I can't express to you guys how fucking awesome that is. Alright, let's get some wood because we're gonna go ahead and need to do picks and stuff. And I'm gonna need some food. So cutting down trees, we'll go ahead and give me some apples. Apples and bananas. Oh. Alright. I know I said I was going to cut back my series. I think I'm going to go ahead and keep this series and then keep Doom going. I'm thinking I'll probably do an ESO, but I'll probably only do one a week. But I'll make it like super long. I'll make like an hour or something. That way, like, it's something like once a week that you guys can watch, and then like maybe it take a few days for you guys to watch it all. I'm no expert, but that's kind of what I figured. I'm still kind of trying to figure out my time, but I am getting very used to my schedule, so much so that time flies by like really fast, and it's almost scary how fast it flies by. Like sometimes I feel like weeks are passing me by and I'm unaware of it. It's a little creepy. Just a little bit. Wait, do I have... No, okay. Are we going to want to take this with us? Maybe not. But I'm going to go ahead and make a whole bunch of planks. And I'm going to go ahead and make a whole bunch of sticks. Because we're also going to need... not only are we going to need... lava bucket. I'll keep the dirt here. We don't need the axe. The axe can come in here. There we go. Woo! We're gonna need a bunch of sticks because we're also gonna go ahead and need to make torches. That's what I meant to say. Torches. And I'm gonna need to go ahead and grab as much resources as I can. I'm mostly looking for iron, but basically anything I can get my hands on is what we're going to grab. Diamonds are not really necessarily a priority, but they are. They can be very useful. So we'll keep an eye out for that as well. I think there was nothing but like pain down there, so we'll just fuck it. I'll just dig into this wall, and that'll be that. I went through everybody's comments for the past few videos. Not the Doom videos, just the past Minecraft videos, and there was one that I saw in particular. Preston Winkles? Preston Winkles? If that's your real name, more power to you, man. I don't know if I could rock it. But you do what you gotta do, dude. And I support you. He had an awesome topic for discussion, and that was, he said that this was like during my lotto, I was talking about lotto money. He would buy an island and make a zombie fortress on it. You know, just in case the zombie apocalypse were to happen. and he asked if what my opinions was on it, and somebody else was like, "Oh yes, please talk about this topic. It would be super great and super awesome." And in fact, I'm going to go ahead and start my alarm before I forget. I know we kind of been bullshitting around, but I didn't actually intend on an alarm. So let me get this up, and it's starting. Okay, there we go. All right, so my topic, or what I'm going to talk about, is zombie apocalypse. Do I believe in it? What do I believe? And what not? For a relatively short answer, yes, I believe that there's going to be a zombie apocalypse. At least I feel that there's going to be an apocalypse in general. Zombie or otherwise, definitely going to be an apocalypse. Just what it's going to be, however, I'm not entirely sure of. And I don't think anybody is. But I always say it's best to be prepared. And this is definitely one of those ventures where you should really be prepared for something, I guess I should say. Do I feel like there could be a zombie apocalypse? Yes, I do. I do feel that, absolutely. The reason is because, I don't know if you guys know, but right now there's an institute in Pennsylvania. And they actually do research on dogs. And they're like trying to bring them back to life. It sounds like they're working on a fucking T-virus, but what they're actually doing is actual medical research. And that is, as some of you know, and some of you may not know, so this is new information to you, that when a human dies, there's only so long that we can be dead before we shouldn't be resuscitated. And by that, I mean, if you did manage to resuscitate us, we would have massive brain damage. We'd be a vegetable. We wouldn't know how to breathe. We would be comatose. We would have really fucked up things wrong with our heads because our brain has started dying and shutting down. And then all of a sudden, it kind of getting a restart. There was already parts of it that are already starting to go. Neurons are starting to fade. So what they're trying to do is extend the time period that we can actually be dead for, because of, like, let's say they find out that they can inject somebody with some miracle drug. We'll call this virus time, or we'll call it the T-virus. And if they can inject you with this virus or whatever, this antidote or whatever, before you die, like let's say you have like a coronary heart attack, or like let's say you're dead, right, or something, and then we can just take this needle and shove it in your brain, or inject it in your eye, or I don't know, however they would fucking inject this shit into you, and it would actually extend the amount of time that you can be dead for by, like, let's even say 10 minutes. That would allow ample time for a paramedic team to get to you and to resuscitate you. And that in itself is worth its weight in gold. Speaking of gold, lapis lazuli. I know it's not gold, but it's damn near as good. Is that lapis? It is. I like the way it looks on this texture pack. So what they're doing is they're actually testing these drugs and all this stuff on dogs by putting them to sleep and then trying to bring them back to life later and later and later. Now, I don't know about you, but this sounds like a fucking zombie virus. You know what I'm saying? Like, this could, in all science fiction, go really bad, and yeah, zombie virus. It's fucking terrible. So I also believe that it's pretty possible that you could bring back the dead. I don't know if they would go all cannibalistic. I would imagine it'd be more like 28 days later, where it's another virus, like a rage virus, and it's not so much like rabies or like the dead coming back to life, but just people who just don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? And they just are out to kill you. Maybe not to eat you, but to kill you. That to me is very viable as well. Now, with that being said, do I believe that some people should have a bunker for being in the apocalypse? Why, yes, absolutely. I completely agree. And in fact, I'm kind of glad that Baby Girl is on the bandwagon with this one as well. You see, if any of you have known me for any long period of time, you know that I'm dead serious when it comes to zombies. Do not, while I'm sleeping, come up to me pretending to be a fucking zombie to wake me up as in some cheap fucking college scare or whatever, because I will wake up and I will kill you. And no amount of pleading will get me to stop killing you, because I will literally feel as if you are trying to eat my brains or destroy me in some way. I do not play when it comes to zombie attacks. When people are like, "Oh my God, there's zombies on the freeway," blah 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 blah. Like, I don't play. No, zombies are real, and they could happen, and the Great Panic can happen, and I do not want to be caught in that situation. And it was one of those things where I actually do fully believe in it, and I think that it's legit. Now, will it actually happen? I think probably not, but does it seem in the realm of reality? I think so. And this could just be coming from a mad rant from, somebody who was like, back in the day when they saw Freddy Krueger, they're like, maybe somebody could be that way. Maybe they can haunt your dreams. I'm legitimately saying yes. I think that it can happen. So with that being said, like I said, I don't really play around with it. I don't think it's funny to joke about it either. I'm trying to get some iron so I can dig that up. But on that note, I suppose I should go into saying I think it's good just to be prepared anyway, because you never know if there's going to be a meteor that will come down and kill everybody, or another virus like the Black Plague that will spread its way through the world. You don't know what terrible, horrible thing could be occurring that would completely just topple society as we know it. And I think that it is, if you're going to prepare for anything, you may as well prepare for a zombie attack, because it will, in all honesty, kind of prepare you for everything else, really. It's great for like hurricane preparedness, because you're going to have your food and your water necessity. You'll have extra fuel reserves, generators. You'll be safe from looters, etc. It'll also help you from floods and whatnot. One of the best things that I'm sorry, I was kind of ranting for a moment. What I was actually getting at was, I'm glad Baby Girl got on the bandwagon too as well, because like I said, I don't play around with this stuff. So when I first met her, I kind of told her, what I thought, and I thought that she was going to tell me that I was fucking crazy, that I'm an idiot for believing stuff like that. But instead she was like, "Oh, thank God, me too." So like, Baby Girl has gotten really big into couponing. We have a great stockpile of food right now. It usually lasts us a month, but it's because we live in an apartment. When we actually get a house, she really does plan on having like a bunker style of like fucking permanent food that can last like fucking 10 or 15 years. Like a great amount of shelf life, and then learning how to garden so that way we can like grow our own food in the event of an emergency. Also, we plan on having a type of bunker. My ideal bunker, I guess I could get into that. I mean, I got plenty of time. My ideal bunker would be in the style of a beach house. Now, when I was younger, my family and I took all of us. My mom used to take us to a beach house every summer. And beach houses are all they're all a little different. I guess it's like saying, they're not all the same. But the one that we went to, it had columns all around the edge that supported the house. And it had a central, huge column in the middle that kind of supported the main bulk and weight of the house. Now, this central column in the middle was actually a room, like a storage room. Now, I know some of you have seen some of me and Strike's creations, and when I build houses, like where we're going to have an upstairs, downstairs facility, I often build in that style. I'll give you like a really quick example out here. So, like, you have your podiums that come up like this. This is like it's in a fucking terrible spot. And then this is also wrong. Alright, so you're going to have your podiums that come up. So like this, okay? And then all these will go ahead and support the main house. Right, and then the main house will go up top because these are posts. And then we'll have another like huge column right here in the middle. And this is normally a room. We'll have a door right here, and then like we can sleep on the inside, and then it goes up. And we often say this is a storage room. In my zombie apocalypse kind of house, I would have the upstairs, and that would be the main living area. But this inside thing wouldn't be a room at all. And in fact, you wouldn't be able to have access to it from the outside. You can only have access to it from the top, the main house. And what it's going to be is a stairway that leads down into the basement, into a bunker. And that way, in the event that there's a zombie apocalypse, we don't have to keep all of our food above ground. We actually have an escape. Like, let's say there's a fire or something terrible happens that, you know, we have to, like, get out of the house. Like, let's say they actually manage to find a way up. We can go into the stairway, lock it from the inside, and then go down into our storage area and then have another bunker down there in case that there is like a more of a radioactive, like, okay, there's nukes coming kind of thing. Like, okay, there's zombies, everybody's in the house. Oh, shit, they're just going to nuke the area. Then we can go down into the bunker, and then that'll have our main reserve of food, that'll have our water, our generator, and all that other kind of nice stuff that we don't really need in the main house. And then we had a secondary bunker down there, or like I said, a backup. And then that will also have another means of escape, because if it's a nuke, then the house is going to be gone. Or we can just dig our way up. It'll be fine. But there should also be another means of escape, probably like through underground tunnels and stuff like that. And that should be also securely barricaded, so that way the living dead or raiders and stuff cannot break in and try to kill us. I suppose I could probably also go into what you should have in your zombie bunker, or what to do in a zombie apocalypse. Because like I said, I know these things. I've studied them. A lot of my information actually comes from books and stuff like that, not so much from movies. A great book to read is Max Brooks' How to Survive a Zombie Attack. It's a really good book because you can also use it as a general survival guide. Like if you get stuck in the forest or in the woods or something. It's actually a really good guide for that as well. But it's intended for how to survive like an actual zombie attack. How you can go ahead and survive one is just kind of be aware of your surroundings, I suppose. I really liked what was that, Zombieland, because they had the rules to live by. And I kind of have rules to live by when it comes to being in a zombie attack. And I've told Baby Girl this. And I often wonder if she thinks that I'm serious, but I am. I'm super serious. In my utopia of being in a zombie apocalypse, the very first person that gets bit, like let's say all of us, me, you, the listener, you, that's right, you, me, you, Strike, and Fat Kid are all together and we're huddling out, and Fat Kid gets bit by a zombie, right? Our first instinct shouldn't be to kill him. Okay, our first instinct would be to grab him. Well, obviously, save him from the zombie is number one. Now, if it's going to put us in direct harm, like for example, we're running and he falls down, there's a swarm of zombies on top of him. Sorry, Fat Kid, you're dead. And I may do you the favor of turning around and shooting you in the head if I have time. If not, then sorry for the horrible death, but I'm not going to risk my neck to kill you. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's not going to happen. Sorry, you're dead anyway. But in the event that a zombie just turned the corner and bit him, and he was able to dispatch the zombie, or we were able to easily just dispatch the zombie, shoot it in the head real quick, we would immediately restrain him, hog tie, basically, and put him into confinement. When he's in confinement, we'll give him a means to release himself, or we will, cut his feet free or something, and then like slide a knife by his hand or whatever, and then he can go ahead and free himself. And at that point, as soon as he gets bit, the timer starts. And depending on where he gets bit, we'll go ahead and catalog that. Like if he got bit in the arm, or if he got bit like in the face or the chest or in the heart, we would also catalog that as well. And he would be in confinement. He would not be allowed to leave ever unless we are absolutely for certain that he will not turn into a zombie. Like, let's say he only turns into a zombie after he dies, and he can be in this room for like a fucking week, right? We probably wouldn't keep him in there that long. We'd probably keep him in there for a few days to observe the effects of the zombie bite. In this room, we'll go ahead and be antibiotics, and it's not like we'll keep him prisoner and like prod him with a fucking rod or anything. Like, as far as I'm concerned, the man will get the best of everything. He's going to have if we only have one TV and a fucking PlayStation, then he'll get the TV and the fucking PlayStation. He'll get to eat, whatever we make him. We're not gonna make him like slop. He'll eat whatever we eat. And basically, we're keeping him under observation to see how long it takes for somebody to turn into a zombie. Let's assume that he does turn into a zombie. It takes a week. All right, so once he does turn into a zombie, then we will kill him. And now we know. Now we know that if you get bit in the arm, it takes you a week to turn into a zombie. And at that point, the rules change. We no longer will confine anybody. But what we will do is take any ballistic weapons that they have. So, for example, now it's me striking you. And Strike gets bit by a zombie. So now what we would do, me and you, is that we take Strike's guns away. Strike, you're no longer allowed to have guns. Why? Because it's a waste of ammunition. Instead, you will be given a melee weapon. Your choice of melee weapons. If you want to like load yourself down with melee weapons like bats and axes and stuff like that, then by all means go do it. But you're not going to have a gun. And because you're bit and already infected and basically dead, then you're going to be our door guy. So when we have to go raiding apartments or stores or anything like that, you're the guy who runs in and clears it out real quick, or is the first one in the door. So if you open the door and a zombie comes out and bites you, I mean, that sucks. You get bit because, that hurts. But I would rather have somebody who's already been bit be the one who gets bit, as opposed to somebody who's never been bit before, and now we have 2 infected on our hands, as opposed to just 1. So now they're the door guy, and they will continue to have that high status until the moment that they turn, in which case we will just go ahead and execute them and then move on. I think too many people instantly execute people who have gotten bit by a zombie because they fear that they're going to change into a zombie immediately, or that they'll eventually turn. You'll never be safe, and they don't really utilize these people to their full benefit. So there we go. I'm utilizing people. I'm using you as fucking bait, basically. And then who knows? Maybe the zombies won't attack you because they feel like, oh, you're already infected. Like we can look at the movie World War Z with Brad Pitt, which actually I got to see, by the way. It was on Netflix, so I was still able to do my resolve of I'm not going to like give them money, because I still feel like they did not do the book justice. I really do feel like that. But the movie itself was great. It's sort of like I Am Legend, where I wish they would have just called it something else, and I would have been fine. I would have been fine. Super fine with it. But instead, they used the book, and I can see where they kind of took stuff from it, but it was a really weak attempt. It really was. But anyway, in the movie, what was I going to say? Yeah, when they find that somebody's like gonna die or critically ill, the zombies don't attack. And hey, surprise, if you haven't seen the movie, spoilers. But whatever. If you're versed in zombies and you're actually listening to this conversation with any realm of like taking notes and stuff, you would have already known this by now. So maybe they won't be able, be bitten by zombies. And if that happens, then, whew, man, you got like a supreme advantage over the enemy at that point. Also, firearms should be the last weapon. They should be the second to last weapon that you ever use. And full automatics are a big no-no. If you're like, well, I'm gonna go ahead and get a fucking 50 caliber full auto and just fucking blow everybody away, you're fucking wasting bullets, and you're not doing anything. You're being very ineffective. A 22 caliber fucking rifle with a scope and a clean headshot is worth its weight in fucking gold as compared to a fucking 50 cal that you have to waste 50 fucking rounds to kill a zombie. Because a zombie doesn't matter if it gets hit in the body or not. It only matters that it gets hit in the head, and that's sometimes. So yeah, your best weapons are going to be bladed weapons, like a really like a good katana sword, or was it a naga? I can't think of the name of it. Baseball bats you kind of want to keep away from. Wooden baseball bats, unless they're like really good quality wood, a lot of the wooden baseball bats will eventually break, and the aluminum bats will bend very easily upon hitting somebody. So they're pretty fucking useless. Instead of swinging a baseball bat, swing a crowbar. A crowbar is a more versatile weapon because it has the round edge that you can use as bludgeoning damage. It has the sharp edge that you can go ahead and use as like a stabby weapon. And then on top of that, you also have the ability to pry open doors that have been locked with the crowbar. It has multiple uses. And that's what you want, is a tool with multiple uses. You kind of want to keep your armament light. So, I mean, that would be my weapon of choice, is probably a big crowbar. And it's quiet. And it's heavy. A light crack of that will fuck somebody up. So, that's something to think about. Okay, my alarm's fixing to go off, so I'm going to wrap it up. This was a good talk. I think we should continue talking about zombies. I think in the next episode, I'm going to go ahead and continue talking about zombies, because there's a lot that I can talk about on this. I have different categories of zombies. I have my own personal zombie plan that I had in Afghanistan and different things like that. I know it's a little rambly, but I hope you guys are getting some kind of information out of this. And if anything, I hope it's just a little bit entertaining. Because we are mining, and this is incredibly boring, but it is absolutely necessary. Because of what I have planned. First off, I need all this fucking iron, basically, because I need to make, hang on. Sorry, I'm like getting really distracted. I need to go ahead and make an anvil. And that does cost a lot. It really does. Secondly, I need to collect all this stone. I know I have plenty of stone, but I'm going to need a lot more for my plans that I plan to do. I had a good conversation with somebody. I can't remember who, but I was like, you know what would be great? And then I said it, and it's my plan for what's going on in the village. So I'm going to keep that as a surprise. When we come back, we're going to continue talking about zombies. We're going to keep digging, collecting more stone, and trying to collect more iron, coal, and just swag in general. Let me know if this is interesting or not. Let me know what your thoughts are about anything that I've said thus far. And oh shit, sorry, I was swatting at a gnat and I knocked over my microphone. So let me know what you think down in the comment section below. And yeah, I think that's about it. So thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me, and I will catch you all next time. Peace out.